Welcome to What's in My Pack 2.0 version. So I did one of these probably 2 years ago. This pack has evolved quite a bit since then, so I thought I'd go through again and show you what's in there. Alright, I'm going to do this all one-handed, so at times where I'm going to have to set this camera down. So first up, on the top is the Thermarest Z seat pad. Has a couple uses, but you can use it as a windshield when you're cooking. You can sit on it. Sometimes you get shoved in the bottom of my hammock if my feet get cold as an extra insulator. So there's that. One pouch with this bag. It usually does not have this much stuff in it, just for storage purposes. I keep all the maps that we would typically use in there. Right now, it's Laurel Highlands hiking trail map and the Bear Run Nature Reserve map, because that's been where we've been so far this year. A giant Ziploc bag. I really could use a smaller one, but I like to put the maps in there and then seal it, and you just pull it out and still see it and not have it get wet. This is a notepad that is a little different. No matter what happens, you can still write on this paper. If it gets wet, you can still write on it. So let's go have that around. I also have pencil, pen, and highlighter. I have a Gerber dime multi-tool. This folds out 2 pair of pliers, has a pocket knife in it, very small one, screwdrivers and a file, and a pair of scissors, which actually the scissors get used the most in this thing. I have a teeny tiny lightweight compass. And then this doesn't always come with this, but this is a openable folding knife. A little bit of a bigger blade on it. So there's that bag. Also in the front pouch, a toilet kit, toilet paper, some face bags. You can use those for hands, that's why I kind of have it in there. But there's a trowel in here, which is actually stored separately in its own Ziploc bag. Some people just kind of throw the trowel in there, that's kind of, I find it gross. And then some, well, they're actually doggy poop bags, but they work really good for carting out trash as well, and they don't weigh that much, so that's in that kit. I have, this is new this year. I haven't actually had this particular raincoat out on the trail, but I have had it out at other places. This is the Black Diamond Storm Line Stretch Rain Shadow. Yes, I got it big because sometimes you just need some. Like, I don't like them real tight fitting. Alright, so it's a plus on this one, it does have pit zips. It really doesn't matter if you're walking around with your pack on, because your pack keeps them shut anyway, but extra ventilation is nice as if you're at camp and it's raining, you can still move around and not be sweating, especially during the summer. So that's this one. So far, I really like it. The hood is nice on this because it comes down over your head. It's made to wear with a helmet for climbing, but it works really good for coverage when you're backpacking too. We'll get into all this mess here in a second, but the other thing I keep in the front pouch is my water. Okay, place this over here. And put this back together real quick so I don't lose too much of my stuff. Snaps back in. I will fold out that Laurel Highlands map, and I will put it to where we're at and work from there with it open in the Ziploc bag. Works really good. Okay. Now this bag I got in a pneumatic or Karen thing. It's actually meant for carting out waste. I'm using it because it's somewhat breathable. Take care of my water filters. Alright, so this has been some serious evolution with what we've carried and not carried. If you go back and look at my one water filter video where I covered several different options, this has even evolved from that video. So I used to carry originally the Sawyer squeeze, we started out with the minis, which would have been like the older version of this one. We had clogging issues, and then you see, if you look in the middle here, see that little plastic ring? If you over tighten these things on a bottle or on a squeeze sack, these don't work anymore. They actually send you an extra one with the kits now because it's been an issue. And I contacted Sawyer about it originally. They actually sent us like 3 of them and explained to us that you can't over tighten these, and they do wear out. You have to watch. So this is actually our backup, and I will simply screw this on top of one of the water bottles. Here, I'll show you. But we recycle the smart water bottles, and I would just put this on the top here, fill this up, and then filter as you drink. That's the backup filter. Why do I carry a backup filter? Because usually I'm in guide mode. Either I have my kids with me, or I have other people who aren't experienced. It might be their first or second time out, and I carry that as a backup, because last thing you want is to be stuck out there and not be able to filter water if you're not comfortable drinking it right out of the stream. I do not recommend. Some people do. To each his own. What I will, like I said, this is backup. What I have been using is this and this. Now, so this was the first one. We kind of went with the older version of the Sawyer minis first. Our next trial and error that we've gone through, we used the Sawyer squeeze, which is the bigger version of this. Less clogging issues, still kept killing the rings. So we found that doesn't work for us. We then went to a platypus gravity water filter system, which, if you want to know what that is like, you can go back and look at the water filter video that I did, and you can base or whether or not it's a system that you could use. I personally liked the system. It's just that for what we're doing now, it's easier if we just do a squeeze system. What we used, even just last couple trips out, was a CNOG bag that the orange is the ones we were calling as dirty bag, and we had a blue one, and what we would do is hook this end to the dirty bag when it was filled up, hook the blue end to the blue bag, and do a gravity's filter that way. There was less tubing. What we do now, because we found that it really is kind of a pain to carry all these extra bags, is we simply fill this bag up, attach the gray end to the orange end here, obviously taking this cap off, and squeeze filter it out into a bottle from this end. Very lightweight, not a whole lot to fuss with, and we always have that as a backup. You can actually put this on this end too, if something would happen to that. Like I said, Sawyer, I've had some issues with them. I have never once had an issue with this one though. This is Hydro Blue. This is the VersaFlow inline, but they actually have a mini version of this that does not have any of these plastic rings in them and can attach to the top of this bottle. That's actually in my son's backpack now. We just recently got rid of all of the platypus water filters. So that is our water. And that just goes in the stuff sack. That one-handed, right? There's the water bottle. Alright. Now, depending on the trip, I'll either have 2 or 3 of those. Right now I just have 2 thrown in there. That is pretty much the extent of these 3 here. Now, what I have attached here is the Garmin InReach, which is a satellite-based GPS and messaging system. You can call for help. It has a SOS button on the side. It is not based off cellular, so even if there's no cell service, you can get help. This is, I forget what we named him. Jesse named him, but he goes everywhere with us. This is the green Mito zebra. Here is a pack towel. It's super small, but it's all you really need out there. So I have that on there. This is a compass, thermometer, whistle, and splint strike. It's pretty cool. multi-tool. Basically I have it on there for thermometer purposes, but it's nice to have the extra stuff on there too. And it just kind of clips in. Hard to do one-handed. Come on. Maybe it goes the other way. Maybe. Yes, you can watch me fumble with one hand. There we go. All right. Also on here is a hero clip. Really doesn't weigh a whole lot, but it has a really cool little trick. This is what I will clip onto the tree usually that I hang my hammock from. And then I hang my pack off of the red clip on the bottom so it's up off the ground. It's actually stayed strong enough to hold not just my bag, but my son's bag as well. Once it's all unpacked. So that is that. Alright. A whole lot of nonsense going on right there, but I found I use all of it, so it works. Okay, I'm gonna unclip this side here and get these tracking poles out of here. Tracking pole wise, these are 0 mile mark tracking poles. I was very questionable about these at first because I'm not a huge fan of carbon fiber, but so far they've held up. They weigh about maybe a pound, pound and a half, but you can see duct tape around here. We could put duct tape around the tracking poles because then you always have it with you, and it's readily available to do repairs or whatever you need duct tape for. So far those work. Alright. Used to have aluminum ones. You should see Jonah's using those on now. So this is a Hyperlight pack. I really like it so far. I've used it for more than a couple of years. Well, going on more than a couple of years, I think. Definitely has its advantage. Alright, so initially you look in the bag here. Food tag will be on top. And this is the Light AF hair bag. System has a flat bottom. Jesse and Jonah both have the Z-Packs food bag. And those don't have a flat bottom, but they're still, this is light, this is efficient. Also in here I have vitamins, taking the food, toothbrush, and I know people are going to be like, why do you have 2 toothbrushes in there? Well, because sometimes toothbrushes disappear. Not mine, my kids, and we need extras. Hand sanitizer, my spoon, fork, knife kit thingy. This is heavier than I'd like, however, what I like about this one is how it packs up, so I've just been using it. There's a lot of lighter options out there. I just like the versatility of this one. It's called a Chow Pal, the Outdoor Edge. Packs up like this, but you can slide it forward. Take the fork off. Flip it around. And tighten it. Now you have a long spoon, a long fork, and a knife that flips out all in one. So that's why I like that one. Folds back up and locks back down. So, like I said, just kind of like how this one packs up. Don't really need stuff back, no, but still use it. Put that back. Now, this is the rock bag. Inside the rock bag is my twine for hanging the bag. And then I have the PCT method toggle stick for tying it up. That all goes in the bag, whatever food I am taking. Nothing too crazy. Now we're moving it. We have no plans going anywhere. Needs to work. Alright, so now in what I keep in my trash compactor bag. Now, we have this thing without anything as an extra liner hosed down with newspaper and I'm not having issues with water. But just to be on the safe side, I put one in there. Alright, first off, on the top is something new, which I haven't gotten to use yet, but we have had it out at a park and rigged it up. This is the hammock here, Dynamy hammock tarp with doors. I got a 12-foot because the hammock's longer. Also in here I have the hammock ground cloth that you can put underneath, and then the stakes to stake out the actual tarp. I did get the mesh tarp sleeve so that it's easier to deploy and pack back up. But this actually cut about 2.5 pounds out of my back, switching from the old tarp that I had. The old tarp was still not on. This is the cook kit. This is also something that I don't know is going to stay like this. We're going to give it a shot. So inside the cook kit, you guys are getting some very bad footage because of trying to do this one-handed. Alright. Ah, what's going on? Let's look in our clothes. So this is everything that's in my cook kit. This is a Talks 750 box. And inside the box, take off the lid, is a toast made for backpacking stuff. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to keep it this way. I just really like the fact that it is compact, lightweight. You don't have to carry a fuel canister. Sacks. Yes, I think it's wise to use the stuff sacks with this thing because last thing you want to do is have ashes in your mug later. It's like a nesting kit. So you get your small, medium, and large. Take your small, stick it in the medium, pick up the medium. I'll put this over first. Flip the large over, pick up the. Yeah, let's try that again. Little into medium, flip that up, thread it into the upside down large. So if you look down in there, you would put your fuel down in there. That could be branches, leaves, paper, whatever you happen to have that you're burning. Toss in extra fuel in there. As a vented system, but basically you make your own little campfire in this thing and heat your water up. Okay. Like I said, simple. Doesn't require any fuel canisters, which is something that really annoys me. I hate carrying those things. Jesse and Jonah for now are still going to carry the MSR Pocket Rocket and the I think it's Primus little camp stoves and the small fuel containers in theirs. And we'll go from there. Right now, simplicity wise, being able to run things, that's what I've taught them, so that's what they're going to use for now. Put that back in there. This goes back in here. This goes on there. Handles fold back in. And then that would go into your little sack. Also in this kit, we've got lighter, matches, and this is my method of dealing with fire starter. I got a stick of shreddable firewood, if you will, and it burns no matter what, even if it gets wet. So I have, I think, 3 of these little, I used the Kill Sweet bags and the sealer to make 3 little self-starting chunks of them. They don't weigh very much, so as emergency peel starter it works, and I still have a little bit of this peel starter left too. Waterproof matches, and then this is the Frog & Co. I don't know what these lighters are called, honestly, but they're really cool. It's rechargeable, and it lights through a little crisscross thing. Halloween stuff fire. Also, you saw on the front of my pack I have the flint starter on the compass thing. Alright, shout out to Georgetta Friedrich who made this for me. This is a cozy. And has little Velcro closures, so you can put your little Ziploc baggie in there that you're heating your food up in, and close it, and it keeps it warm. More efficient cooking. I also keep, and I don't know if I'm going to keep this now or not, because this new bot does have the gradiated reading on the side, which I didn't have before with my mug, so measuring water was a little difficult. I was guessing, so I started carrying this with me. This is a 20 ml syringe, oral syringe, so what I would do was suck up the water and measure it this way, but now that that's gradiated, I haven't decided if I'm going to lose this or not, to measure out water for rehydrating meals. So that was the quick tip. I'm going to leave that up there because it'll be easier to put back together. Alright, next up in the bag is the first aid kit. Fun times, right? Now, most first aid kits out there are not as ridiculous as mine is. When you have two asthmatics, a kid that has severe allergic reactions to stuff, one that has muscle cramps and issues, and you know, pretty much whatever anybody could come up with, they do, you start to carry a little. So this is a Osprey 2-liter stuff sack. First good for this. Alright, in the blue sack, which is actually a recycled life straw thing, I have extra pair of contacts, a couple wispy like blow up rags. If you wet these, they open up to a full-size washcloth. Some saline bullets for the contacts, and you can actually get these on Amazon. It's technically like a nebulizer saline that works really great as a portable contact solution, and you can buy just big boxes of them and use them as needed. More of the actual face wipes, which are good for cleaning up. So I have that in the blue bag. Okay. And this is an albuterol, an Advair, and an air chamber because asthma. Like I said, our first aid kit's a little more ridiculous than most because we get into better to have them up. Tweezers, good for getting ticks off. So this would be like what most people would carry. The rest of this, which is what most people would have. Okay. Gonna be careful when I pack all this back up. So in here, I have more of the saline bullets to clean up whatever wounds my accident from friends happen to get into. I have Focus, hydrocortisone cream, 2 of each. I have Focus, hand sanitizer packets, and triple antibiotic ointment. A saline wipe. Saline wipes for cleaning up things. Miscellaneous sizes of band-aids. A couple alcohol wipes. Wet ones. KT tape. And then this stuff, which is next to miracle, I swear. and you can look it up, but it's Active Skin Repair. This is not a full bottle, by the way. You don't need a full bottle, so basically I use this and just refill it from another bottle, and maybe keep like that much in. You don't need a whole lot, just a couple sprays and you're good, but it works, I swear, better than triple antibiotic at clearing things up and healing things up or treating on blisters. So we have found that to be a good addition to the first aid. I have my normal meds and what I would normally take in here. But we also have, everybody carries their own specific medications. I carry all the emergency stuff. So in here I also have Tylenol and ibuprofen. In that same pill suite system that I can reseal things, I have individual doses dosed out in these little plastic bags. So you just kind of grab and go what you need. We call this our allergy and emergency pack. But in here there is Allegra, Zyrtec, 2 emergency doses of prednisone, which, don't worry, we have prescriptions for it and instructions from the allergist. This is not like something that we just threw together. Benadryl. We have omeprazole, which is an over-the-counter and acid medicine. We have antidiarrheal medicine and a emergency dose of Zofran. Because migraines, we have Excedrin. But my other vitamins that I take and stuff right now too. I also keep a small sewing kit with needles, can be used to repair things, some thread. But the needle can also be used to evacuate blisters or, do whatever you need. First aid kit for us also acts as a repair kit. So I have Dynami tape, the extra ring for the Sawyer in here, patch kit for the Thermarest, some zip ties. I'm gonna probably ditch that because a couple people told me it doesn't really work and our tweezers work just fine, but we have a tick key in here and an emergency ticket. So that's the first aid. We used to have it every time in there, but we never use it, so I have taken that out. This is my hammock. It is a Blackbird Eldorado with a Beckett sling attachment. This is my extra clothes right now because it's summer. There is basically a pair of like long underwear type stuff, extra socks, and an extra pair of underwear. I don't carry a whole lot during the summer around here because if it does get cold, then I'm just throwing on the extra layer. This is an underquilt that my mom and I, because my sewing skills bite, she helped me sew it up. But this is a Costco quilt that we made into an underquilt for the hammock. And here is the battery and electronic bag. And yes, you can recycle stuff sacks because I don't put my, when I do use a tent and not my hammock, I use a AXL Air by Big Angus air mattress, and this is the stuff sack for it, which since I never used the stuff sack, I used it for this. You saw the Life Water stuff sack used for the contact stuff. But yeah, you can use, alright, so we have a variance of battery bars, but this one here is what I have in there currently. You can charge wirelessly or with cables, and you can charge up to 3 items on this one. And this is a 10,000 milliamp, which gets us through like an overnight or a weekend. I have a Goal Zero flashlight. Can also be used as a lantern. It's kind of cool. Watch, I'm gonna turn this on. The dog will come running because the dog loves this stuff. But there's a little button here. What I like about this one is you can't accidentally really turn it on unless you're being serious about it. You know, actually, there we go. Okay, hello. So it's a bright light there. Oh, see, there's Luna. Say hello, Luna. Luna likes flashlights. See? Oh, what's that? Strange doggy. All right, this also has, and you can see the indicator whenever it's not shining right at you. You can see those little 4 dots tells you that it's fully charged, but it also does a lantern mode, and you can hang it up. And shuts off. Now it charges this little USB in the end, so you don't need batteries. I'm trying to do like no batteries. This little flashlight is the one I hang from the ridgeline in my hammock. If I do the tent thing, this usually doesn't go with me because it's just enough light for inside there. It's not heavy, and it has a little clip. And my headlamp. And this is a BioLite, USB chargeable, and does have a red light. And then charging cable. So this is for the lighter. I do carry a mini USB, a C-type, and a lightning, oh, where's the lightning one? A lightning cable. And then the red, I believe another mini USB. But those are the cables and all the electronics. Occasionally, I have this out just to show you. Occasionally, if we're going to be in a shelter, I'll sometimes take one of these. These are called Lucy lights, but they charge solar, no batteries required, and you blow it up, and it's a bigger lantern. You can put it inside a shelter and actually see better. Right now, it's not on my back though. I'm using. Okay, last but not least, here is my Enlighten equipment top coat, which is going to get swapped out because it's summer. I just haven't done it yet. Typically, I will not use the 20-degree quilt. I'll just get a camp blanket and throw it in there. It's lighter. You don't need heavy blankets, and if you don't need a blanket at all, the camp blanket that I use, I don't have it down here with me, doubles as a pillow. So that is everything that's in the middle. Side pouches, I don't usually keep a lot in here, but here they say always bring yourself an extra water bottle cap because we have had issues in the past with people losing them. And then on this side, anything in here, right? Oh yeah. Okay, so this stuff is amazing. It's the Perkeratin insect repellent lotion. We've tried everything from essential oils to DEET and back again. Nothing really kept the bugs off, and I would be covered in bites by the time we came home until we started using this. Up to 14 hours, you can put this stuff on and the bugs will leave you alone. They still might buzz around you and annoy you, but you're not going to get bit up. The other thing I keep in the front side packet is by Green Goo. It's a first aid, like, rub on. Pretty much covers everything from chafing areas to small cuts, abrasions, bug bites, you name it. But it's very handy and has helped us with a sting or two, and a few scrapes. So those will go in the front pouch. As you can see, if you go back and look at my old video, it's a lot less than what I used to carry. I'm finding out you really don't need as much as you think. It's kind of messy how I laid all this out, but really, you got a basic sleep system. The only thing that I still think is a bit ridiculous is our first aid kit, because I haven't figured out how to not carry this stuff yet. But that's it. Hit me up with any questions that you may have, and if you have suggestions, you let me know. Luna thinks we're going somewhere now, so she's not going to leave the pack. I'm going to pack this back up, have fun out there, and see you soon.